I'm going to make the dressing for the Cobb salad and I'm going to show it to you. And it is an extremely easy, delicious, simple, few ingredient dressing. And there's a few different ways you can make it. I'll explain two, but we'll do the one. I do want to explain though the Cobb salad, my ingredients. What you need is a good base of fresh chopped romaine lettuce. It is a crunchy lettuce and it will hold up to the toppings and it will hold up to the dressing. And it's just green and it's crunchy and you need those textures and flavors and the color as well. You can also mix it in with kale. I love that too. You know, a little heartier lettuce you should do. But the base is always typically a romaine lettuce. So here's the romaine. Then is on top, what I decided to do, the nice thing about a Cobb salad is it's very versatile. You can really top it with anything that you kind of would like. You can also add protein. And I probably will with a lemon chicken. I might make lemon chicken breast. And if I do, I will show the final result of it. I haven't decided what we'll have with it. You know, you can do a steak, you can do chicken, you can do even seafood. You know, it's really up to what you want, or by itself, because on mine at least, I'm gonna have protein from the eggs and I'm gonna have the bacon as well. But if you want also meat, feel free for sure. You know, you can also poach chicken, grill it, bake it, really any kinds of chicken, steaks, beef, seafood, pork. You know, it's really versatile. That's the fun thing about a Cobb salad, has these toppings. So then next is homegrown fresh tomatoes. These are hot house beefsteak tomatoes. I just chopped them up, diced, and they are so sweet. I call homegrown tomatoes summer candy. I can eat this whole bowl by itself, or even just a little sprinkle of salt, and I can eat the whole thing. So then we're gonna do the tomatoes. Then on top also, we are going to do grilled corn. What I did is grilled about 8 ears of corn, super sweet, from a local farm that grows corn. It's their corn. I have not had anybody's corn that comes close to theirs. It's so sweet, juicy, crisp every time. And I've actually been eating it all my life. And it's honestly, I've tried numerous different types of different types of corn. It just, nothing like theirs. What I did for the corn is I peeled back the husks and the silk and everything, and I actually put the corn directly onto my indoor grill so you can get these grill marks. I love those grill marks, and I love the taste and the little charred pieces, and I just love it. You can boil it, cut it down, or you can grill it on your outdoor grill with the skin, the husk on and everything. Really, it's versatile. It's just your personal preference. Then we have our not necessarily homegrown, but farm fresh eggs, yellow yolks, boiled, just sliced them. I sliced them 2 different ways just to show you. That's just the annoying thing, that yolk always falls off. I have the yolks sliced like this, and then I have some of the yolks sliced in just little dices. You know, it's really what you want. Or some people crumble the egg on top. So it's really up to you. And that's healthy and really good for you as well. So then we got bacon. I bought, normally I use homemade bacon we have, and I didn't for this, but I use no nitrate, no preservatives, nothing, just really an organic bacon, it's really delicious. And so a pork bacon, and I really crisp it up real nicely in the oven, and you may look like it's burnt, but it's not. You also have some pieces that are not as brown, and then you have some pieces that are, and it does not taste burnt, it just looks like it. So you know, do what you wish. You can do turkey bacon, you can omit it completely, you know, but I always recommend the no nitrate. It's just better for you, healthier, and if you're already gonna eat pork, which is not necessarily the best for you, or bacon, you know, it's a little fattening, why not go one step farther and do the no nitrate? That's just my opinion, my preference. Then I have green onions. So freshly chopped, washed, chopped, cleaned, everything. So for the dressing, I normally use very thinly sliced shallots in it, and I'll use green onions as well in my salad, or you can use chives, which is a milder green onion, not as potent. But for my clients and for this situation, this time, I will use green onions and no shallots because they don't want so much of that oniony garlic flavor. So I'm gonna alternate it and switch it up with more potent green onion with no shallot in the dressing. But you could, like I said, slice the shallots super thin and put them in the dressing, and it's so good. But I love onion, garlic, anything. Now another way you can do this is slice very thinly red onion, and you can also serve it as is, or you can put it in ice water, and I explained that to you how to do that in another video. So make sure you subscribe and share and tell your friends on how to do this and on my videos. Now the cheeses. I have 3 different kinds of cheese, and again, these are versatile, very much so. It's really what your preference is, but this salad is for my husband and I, and also for my clients, and so I'm kind of doing what we like and what they like. I have here all crumbled, all freshly crumbled. I don't like buying pre-grated, pre-crumbled cheese, pre-shredded cheese, because a lot of times, number one, well, first of all, health-wise, they add like something in there for like caking, so it doesn't cake and it stays crumbled. I don't like that. And number 2, it just tastes so much better and fresher when you do it all yourself from scratch. I know it's work, but it's so worth it. But if it doesn't bother you, go ahead, do what you can buy it as is, like crumbled, shredded, grated, but I do recommend to do it all fresh yourself. So I have here is freshly crumbled blue cheese. My husband and I do not care for blue cheese at all, so this is all for my clients. Then I have here fresh crumbled, good quality feta cheese as well, Greek feta cheese. This is actually really good quality, and I am not a fan of feta. My husband, he really doesn't care for it, but he can eat it. Sometimes different fetas taste a little different, and he doesn't mind other ones if they're not as strong. I just can't get over that aftertaste. And but I'm just not a feta girl, and that's okay. But it is a good quality feta cheese from Greece. So that's here. Then our favorite, my husband and I's favorite, is goat cheese. We love goat cheese. I have goat cheese 99% of the time in my fridge, and Parmesan. Really, those are the only 2 cheeses I really have in my fridge. So this is fresh grated, good quality goat cheese. You can also, some people do a cheddar cheese. You can do, again, fresh grated, fresh shredded cheddar cheese. You can do a mozzarella, you know, but it's nice to have the crumbled. You also like the look of it. You know, you have everything here, different shapes, different sizes, color, different textures, which is very important when you eat food in general, especially a salad, because then they can just end up being just really mushy, and you don't want that. So that's all my ingredients, and like I said, it's very versatile. You can also do anything. You know, I also have an avocados, sliced avocados, and I put lemon on top for a little tang and so it doesn't get brown, but I like that little freshness from the lemon. But those are in my fridge. So really, you can add nuts to it, you can add fruit to it, you can add peppers. You know, it's really what you want. As much as you want, as little. So, I just love Cobb salads because they look really pretty too. When you have it plated really nicely onto your lettuce platter, or even on your own plate. So now we're going to do the dressing. And I already explained to you the one with the shallots you can do. I'm going to do the one without, like I said. So first thing we're going to do is add Dijon mustard. And what I'm going to do is actually use two kinds of Dijon. I'm using good quality Dijon. I'm using a whole grain Dijon, and I'm using just the traditional Dijon mustard. These are both good quality, and you want that. So one recipe is for 1 head of lettuce. I am making this maybe 4 or 5 times, you know, and I also like to store dressing. I like making dressing fresh, but I make dressing almost every week, every day. So sometimes I like to just store it, and almost by the end of the week, I'm already done. So it's always, you know, easier for me just to make a large quantity of it and store it in my fridge, because by that time, like I said, by the end of the week, I'm normally done with the dressing. So what I'm gonna do is, you could omit the whole grain if you are not a whole grain mustard person, but I like both. I like, again, the texture, the taste. It has a little different taste. So one recipe should be about 1 tablespoon, but of Dijon mustard, and I'm just going to do half of the regular Dijon and half of the whole grain, and then we'll just do that maybe 6 times, or maybe 5. I guess we'll just kind of see. So what I'm gonna do is, I'm gonna use my tablespoon, put it in here first. If it's a little more, it doesn't hurt. I just realized I did say I was going to do half, but I did all 6 or 5 here, so we'll just take one back. Well, I'm going to put it here. I'm actually going to just put it in a bowl. I'm going to put 2 back. So then that'll be about maybe a 3 or 4 tablespoons. Now the rest is going to be the Dijon mustard. So a little more. I love it, and it really emulsifies to the dressing. And actually, an easy way to do this dressing is by putting it in a mason jar and just shake it up, and you're good to go. So I know I made the mistake and I had a little bit more Dijon, but really it's probably about 3 or 4 tablespoons, and then maybe 3 or 4 tablespoons of regular Dijon. But again, it's all up to you if you want it less or more. Then we're going to add a 1/3 cup of red wine vinegar. So I'm going to do this about 4 or 5 times maybe. We'll see. It's all by look and taste. One more. That's about 5. And that is good quality red wine vinegar. It really all makes a difference when you use good quality products. It truly, really does. So then now we're gonna add salt and pepper. And it's just a few pinches, you know, just, you know, the Dijons are a little salty and briny. Fresh grated black pepper. And then we are gonna add then 2/3 cup of extra virgin olive oil. So I'm actually gonna pour it exactly in here. I'm gonna measure it out. One. Two. Three. And now I gotta get more. All right, we're gonna try it out just like this first, and we're just gonna whisk it in and pour the last drops. Typically, you pour dressing, you pour the olive oil into the dressing and whisk it at the same time. But I wanted to show it to you guys and mix it this way. Just keep emulsifying the Dijon. You can see it, it looks so pretty. I love the little dots of the Dijon in there. The whole grain, I think it looks so neat. So this really mixes well in a mason jar. But you just have to give it some, put my spoons in here. You really have to just give it some elbow. Use your grease. Use your elbow grease. Use a little bit of that. Use your muscles. All right, it's coming up here. Now we're just gonna try it for salt, pepper, more Dijon, more vinegar. Definitely need more olive oil. And I knew that because I believe I used less than the number of how many times I've done, you know, did the recipe for. Then we're gonna need salt and pepper more. Quite a bit. Looks like a lot, but you know, it's a lot of dressing here. Fresh ground black pepper. Now let's try it up again here. This is how really I make dressings. I just honestly just add ingredients and I taste tasting, and when it's to my liking, then I stop. If not, I keep adding more ingredients. I know it may be annoying, but you know what? That's just how I do it. I don't know. So you can see the Dijon is getting a little thicker, which is nice. Now we're gonna try it again. That's perfect. Now, so this is a dressing. Again, it is simple ingredients that most people have in their homes. Most. Dijon, the whole grain Dijon, olive oil, extra virgin, red wine vinegar, salt and pepper. And again, you can add thinly sliced shallots in there if you would like. It is divine. And then I'm gonna actually assemble the salad, and I will come back with you with the